Beerzerker! Alright, what do we got? Sumac Ridge, that's right. Gewurztraminer, 2012, 13% alcohol, Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, Canada. We got ourselves an Okanagan Gewurztraminer. Alright. Trying to get into my local Canadian wines a little bit. Trying to do the local thing. I'm supposed to get the Parallel 50 Pinot Noir. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm just looking for one. I think I'm gonna have to pay a few bucks for the bottle, but I'm seeking it out. There's our color. It's like a light apple juice there. It's definitely got a lot of yellow to it. A little bit of stink in the way back. Other than that, I'm getting green apple, crab apple kind of things going on here. Almost a cider type vibe. Not a whole lot of aroma coming off. So yeah, a bit of stink, a bit of sulfur, a bit of rotten fruit, papaya, that kind of thing. I like it with air coming through. Puts a little bit of sting, a little bit of spice on the front. Smooths it out a little bit. Still major crab apple finish, kind of like real, like, not green strawberries, but strawberries are very temperamental. Like you get they look good, they look real nice, but they're not kind of over ripened a little bit because they get a little bit on the verge of over ripening, and they're really sweet, really good. The ones that look real fresh and good and appealing have a lot of sourness to them a bit usually, and that's kind of what I'm getting is like ripe strawberries, but not over ripened strawberries, right? Kind of interesting, kind of smoky, kind of a woody type smell to it. It does stink though. It does stink a little. Bit of warmness to the alcohol. Picking up a bit of alcohol in the mouthfeel. It's very smooth. Just let this go all around the mouth a whole ton, just to get your tongue used to the sourness, the green appleness, the crab appleness, the unripe, the sour type stuff going on. A little bitter in the back of the tongue, getting a little bit of mustard. It's been breathing for a little while, a few hours. I think this would be really good with Chinese food, chicken, fish, for sure, and like. So Okanagan Gewurztraminer, what's the deal here? What do we say? Um, it's not my favorite white wine. It's my first Gewurztraminer ever, so it's a very kind of complex, interesting aroma. Flavor's not totally one-dimensional. It's quite bitter, and not a lot of sweetness or anything going on here. It's a bitter, getting mustard kind of in the finish. If I'm not putting enough air through it right, and then green apple, crab apple. You know what I'm saying? Just major kind of lingering, back of the tongue sour. Not other than that, there's not a whole lot going on here. Nice, smooth. Kind of reminds me a bit of a Riesling. This wine a little bit. Not totally. It's like a mix between a Chardonnay and a Riesling. A little bit of Pinot Grigio-ness to it. That's my comparison of this. My just first thought of Gewurztraminer. It's the first one I've had, so it's really light. I think it'd be a good wine to start with before you start moving into your heavier wines. Maybe at a tasting event or something. Um, the body isn't real heavy. It seems like kind of light body, or 13% still, but Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this wine is a 70. Um, you know, at the most, it's a little bit bitter, a little bit mustardy, a little bit sour. Not exactly my bag at all. Um, there's a lot of Rieslings I'd take over this one. It's not horrible though. It's not like real bad. But I would say like 70 would be like an enthusiastic approach to it. Um, but I think it's a fair 70, and it was 16 bucks. That's another kind of a little bit of a downer. It's hard to find Canadian wine for less than that, but you know, it's expensive to live here. It's expensive to pay someone to pick your grapes, right? Not expensive to buy an orchard in the Okanagan, I'm sure. Um, yeah, yeah, just bitterness, mustardy bitterness, and green apples galore. Um, yeah, so 70, I'd say is generous. You might call it a 60. You might call it a 70. You might call it a 75. But I think that's is somewhere in there for pretty well everyone. Um, like I said, maybe have it with something sweeter to kind of kill that bitterness and sourness. Anyway, it's drinkable. It could have been worse. Could have been a lot better. Beerzerker, Sumac Gewurztraminer, first Gewurztraminer. Cool experience. I'm gonna try more Gewurztraminers, and I'm out. Keep your Gewurztraminer on the ice.